Okay, let's continue. Second exercise. An ironworks company manufactures a component to be used in its product called Iron X. Cost to manufacture 500 units of the components are as follows. Okay, you have direct material, direct labor, variable overhead, and fixed overhead. Again, you must identify whether this cost is relevant or irrelevant. Alright, so when you have make or buy questions, you will compare. If you have cost only, you will compare total cost if you make or if you produce. Okay, you compare with total cost if you buy. Which one is lower, then that will be your decision. Let's say total cost to produce is lower than total cost if we purchase. Therefore, we should produce. Okay. The company is considering buying the component from outside supplier. The following costs will be incurred for 500 units if the company buy from outside. Okay, if you buy, you have to pay purchase price 125 per units, and then transportation costs, other expenses. If you manufacture, you don't have to pay all this. Okay, the company will still incur the same amount of fixed overhead if it buys the component from outside. That means fixed cost is irrelevant because whether you buy or you produce, you still have to pay fixed cost. Therefore, in this case, your fixed cost is actually irrelevant. Decide whether the company should buy or continue making the component. So you calculate cost if the company buy, you compare with total cost if they continue making the component. Number 2, what would the decision be if company can save 7,500 fixed overhead if it buy the component from outside supplier? That means if the company buy the component, they have additional benefit 7,500. But if they manufacture, they still incur same cost as first requirement. Okay, then we calculate, right? If the company manufacture, they have to pay direct material. If question silence, all direct cost is relevant. Question silence and there is no other notes regarding that particular cost item. Okay, that means we assume that all direct cost or variable cost is relevant. And then all fixed cost is irrelevant. However, if they give special condition, for example, material in store, whether you have alternative use or not, in that case, you must consider separately. Okay. So in this case, direct material relevant, direct labor, variable overhead. So total relevant cost if you manufacture is 60,000 ringgit. And then if you purchase, you have to pay purchase price 125 ringgit per unit. Remember, you purchase for 500 units, and then you incur transportation costs and also other expenses. So total is 66,000. So what is your decision? In this case, what would be your decision, class?
It's better to manufacture.
Very good, because total cost is lower. Okay, better to manufacture the components internally because total cost is lower than purchase cost. Okay, or better to produce since cost save is 6,000. We make decision and then we give reason. Then we will get additional 2 ticks. Now can you try second requirement? Okay, try second requirement. Okay, check your answer. If you manufacture, you can save 7,500 of your fixed cost relevant benefit. Therefore, net purchase cost is 58,500. If you manufacture, you still incurred 60,000. Therefore, better to purchase since purchase cost is lower than manufacturing cost. Or maybe better to purchase since cost save is 1,500. Okay, the difference between manufacturing cost and purchase cost. Okay, third exercise regarding special order. Dunkin' Donuts Nuremberg is well known for its big, fresh, and tasty donuts. The company is currently producing 40,000 units of donuts every month. That represent 80% of its production capacity. Okay, if 80% equivalent to 40,000. If 100%, how many units we can produce actually? 40,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 80. So how many?
50,000.
Very good, 50,000, right? So now we produce 40,000 units, maximum capacity 50,000. That means we still have excess capacity to produce 10,000 units. Okay. If you receive order for 10,000 or less, that means you can fulfill, you can accept. However, if you receive order for more than 10,000, you still can accept, but then before you accept, you must consider opportunity cost elements because your normal production, you already earn contribution margin. Okay, so if you accept order more than 10,000, you need to let go your contribution margin from normal activity. Okay, we read further before that. They give you sales revenue 360,000, direct material, direct labor, variable overhead, fixed factory overhead, marketing and distribution overhead, then total cost 214,500. Sales revenue 360, total cost 214. So your net profit how much? Sales revenue minus total cost
145,500.
145,500. Okay, very 145,500. Recently, the company has been approached by a Singaporean company to purchase additional 20,000 units. Okay, at 5 ringgit each. All costs are variable except fixed factory overhead, marketing and distribution. Okay, all costs are variable. That means direct material, direct labor, variable cost. This is your variable cost. Your variable cost. Oh, not that one. This one. This is your variable cost. And then fixed overhead, fixed factory overhead, marketing distribution, this one is fixed cost. So all variable cost change according to unit produced. Currently, you are producing 40,000 units. That means this value is based on 40,000 units. Okay, your sales revenue also based on 40,000 units. Now, can you calculate value for one unit? How much selling price per unit? 360 divided by 40,000. That means one unit selling price 9 ringgit. But Singaporean company, they want to pay 5 ringgit. So you must analyze whether you should accept or reject their order. And then direct material. Okay, direct material you can calculate uh, one by one. That means but direct material per unit, direct labor per unit, variable overhead per unit, then you total up. So you will get total variable cost for one unit. Or you can just add 64,000, 96,000 and 16,000 and then you divide by 40,000 to calculate variable cost per unit. How much is your variable cost per unit? Variable cost per unit, how much, class? Total is 176,000 divided by 40,000.
What?
How much?
4 ringgit 40
4
cent.
point.
Very good. 4 ringgit 40 cent. Okay. And then selling price 9 ringgit. So current contribution margin. Can you calculate current contribution margin?
4 ringgit and 50 cent.
Yes. Okay. Selling price minus variable cost. So you will get 4 ringgit 60 cent contribution margin. Remember just now, your capacity you have access 10,000 only. You receive order from Singaporean company 20,000. So that means there is shortage of 10,000 units. If you accept the order, you must accept for 20,000. If you accept for 20,000, so shortage is your apa ni? Volume that you sell at 9 ringgit currently. That means you must let go. So this volume you already earn contribution margin of 4 ringgit 60 cent just now. So this is actually your benefit foregone, or other names is actually opportunity cost. Okay, you must consider elements of opportunity cost when you have shortage. Okay, evaluate special order, advise management whether to accept or reject. So your alternative, whether you should accept or reject. Okay, whether you should accept or reject for special order, you calculate net profit from special order. Okay, net profit from special order. If you have profit, then you accept. If net loss, reject. Okay, number 2, they ask about selling price. Okay, selling price. If your target profit 180,000. Earlier, you already determined net profit. How much just now? Net profit 145,500. Okay, their target profit 180,000. So how much more they should charge to Singaporean company so that they will get additional net profit. Okay, additional net profit for the company, so that at the end total profit equivalent to 180,000 ringgit. Okay, now we answer first requirement, evaluate special order. Your sales revenue from special order, remember they order for 20,000 units, you multiply by 5 ringgit. So this is sales revenue from special order. First requirement, we answer first requirement. Less variable cost just now. 1 unit variable cost 4 ringgit 40 cents multiply by 20,000. So sales revenue minus variable cost contribution from special order 12,000 ringgit. Okay, there is no additional fixed cost, but you have opportunity cost. Okay, you have opportunity cost. Shortage of 10,000 multiply by 4 ringgit 60 cents current contribution. Contribution margin from normal sales. Okay, contribution margin from normal sales. Normal selling price minus variable cost. Total is 46,000. Finally, your net loss is 34,000. Contribution from special order minus opportunity cost. So because that special order, okay, if you accept special order, you suffer net loss 34,000, therefore better to reject. Reject special order because net loss is 34,000. Remember, you must give your reason. Okay, give your decision, and number 2, give your reason. Reject special order because net loss is 34,000. Okay, number 2, if the company target to earn total net income of 180,000 for current period, determine selling price per donut should be charged to Singaporean company. Okay, so target profit from special order 34,500. And then selling price minus a variable cost multiply by quantity, you minus opportunity cost, you will get net profit. This is equation, equation on how to determine net profit. And then you substitute your variable cost, quantity from special order, and also opportunity cost from special order just now. So you determine selling price. You solve this equation, selling price should equivalent to 8 ringgit 40 cents. Okay, 8 ringgit 40 cents. Question asked about selling price. So you should charge them 8 ringgit 40 cents. So that annual income, okay, you can get 180,000 per annum. Any questions so far?
So far, no, madam.
Alright, then we proceed with next exercise. Asia Jaya Airlines. Okay, we proceed with Asia Jaya Airlines. The net operating profit of Asia Jaya Airlines has showed decreasing trend for the past few years. Operation management team is reviewing some of the flight routes in East region which contribute to the shrinking of profit. Top management has delegated its authority to the team to decide dropping any flight routes that appear to be unprofitable. Okay, this one is issues for delete or continue. Okay, delete or continue, whether you want to continue operations or you want to shut down one of your operation. So they give you income statement. You have three routes, route double A, double B, and double C. Okay, you have list of revenue, one revenue only, tickets revenue minus variable cost. Then it shows contribution margin. And then you have list of other costs. Finally, they give you either profit or loss. If you look at this table, only route B and C is profitable. However, double A, you suffer loss of 750,000. Okay, remember just now, they want to drop or stop operations for unprofitable destinations. Okay, that means maybe they want to stop route double A because it is unprofitable. Okay, then you must list down one by one. Okay, uh, notes that they give. Asia Jaya Airline is considering dropping flight route A and concentrating on the two flight routes. That means double B and double C. The following information is available pertaining to considerations for dropping the routes. If flight route double A is dropped, ticket revenue and flight variable expenses for the remaining flight routes are expected to increase by 30%. Okay, tickets revenue, variable expenses. Remaining flight means route double B, double C. Increase by 30%. So from your table just now, you add another 30% for double B, double C. Okay, tickets revenue and variable costs. This one, this one. Add another 30%. Number two, members of the flight crew are paid fixed annual salary. Okay, fixed. While the flight assistant paid based on number of rounds trips they complete. Okay, you have to flight crew, flight assistant. If you look at this table, you have flight crew and flight assistant. Flight crew is annual fixed salary, flight assistant based on destination. Flight crew, that means if you shut down flight route A, okay, if you shut down, that means no destination. However, you pay them annual salary. It will not affect your costs. However, for flight crew, which one? Flight assistant, Flight crew is annual salary. Flight assistant, if you shut down, you don't have to pay. Okay, and then flight crew will have to be retrenched and total compensation 10 million will have to be paid. So if you shut down, you have to pay that 10 million. If you continue, you don't have to pay 10 million. So it is relevant. Flight assistant for flight route A can be reassigned to flight route C. So cost for flight route A, flight assistant, you put under column C. Okay, flight route C. Number three, half of the promotion comprised of direct promotion. It is avoidable if the flight route is dropped. That means you can save costs. If you continue, you have to pay. If you stop, you don't have to pay. The balance represent allocation of cost promotion of the flight. Common promotion from flight A will be shared equally by the remaining routes. Okay, so promotion cost for route A, half is avoidable, you can save, but another half you still have to pay. So how to pay? You allocate to B and C based on equal distributions. That means half of the portions put under B, another half put under route C. Okay, number four, regarding depreciation. Depreciation cost of the flight of the aircraft and the liability insurance can be avoided if the flight route is dropped. Okay, you can avoid. If you continue, you calculate the cost. If you discontinue, you can save costs. Number 5, regarding baggage loading. Okay, the total baggage loading and flight preparation expenses of Asia Jaya decreased by 20% and distribute to remaining flight based on tickets revenue. So total cost, you minus 20%. So that means balance is 80%. 80% you allocate to route B and route C based on tickets revenue. Okay, tickets revenue for route B and C. Number 6, 3/4. Okay, 3/4 of the overnight cost for flight crew is avoidable. That means if you drop, you don't have to pay. If you continue, you have to pay. The balance of the overnight cost, balance means 1/4. Result from the closure of the flight route A will be absorbed by flight route B. So 1/4 you put under double B. That's all. Requirement A, revised income statement. Okay, shows profitability. Prepare revised income statement to show effect on Asia Jaya Airlines profitability. Asia Jaya Airlines is the company as a whole if route A is dropped. That means you prepare a revised income statement, you show route double B, double C, and then company as a whole. That means Asia Jaya Airlines. Okay. Advice number B, advise Asia Jaya Airlines whether they should drop or continue flight route A. So after you do your requirement A, you look at net profit, okay, for Asia Jaya. You compare with net profit from this one. This one profit set off with net loss. How much is total? 10,960 plus 8,790 minus 750. That means 19 million. Okay, 19 million. So after you do this one, requirement A, you compare with 19 million. If net profit is more than 19 million, you should continue. You should drop. If profit less than 19 million, that means if you continue, profit is higher than if you drop route double A, so better to continue. Otherwise, you should discontinue. All right, now I give you 5 minutes. Okay, answer requirement A. You answer requirement A, you prepare this statement. Okay, you prepare this statement. For example, just now you have income statement, right? This income statement, requirement number 1 mentioned that tickets and flight expenses increased by 30%. Okay, so tickets revenue, route B 23,000, you just increase by 30%, you multiply by 1.3, then we'll get 29,900. And then route C 25,300 plus you multiply by 1.3. And then for Asia Jaya, this is for Asia Jaya, just total up these two figure, you will get this figure. Okay, 29,900 million, 32,890 total up, then you will get 62,790,000. Okay, million we put at the top. And then tickets, variable expenses, 2700 multiplied by 1.3. Okay, and then root C also you multiply by 1.3, you will get this figure. Total up these two, then you will get 8,125,000. Then you minus, you will get contribution. Okay, this is additional info number 1. And then you proceed with number 2. regarding flight crew. Okay, continue until you calculate your net profit. 5 minutes You continue until you get your net profit. Finish?
Not yet, madam.
Okay. Okay, for flight assistant, okay, route B you just copy from your question paper, but then route C, you add, okay, you add value from route A. Okay, flight assistant for route A 1005. Because if you look at notes number 2, flight assistant for flight route double A can be reassigned to flight route double C. Right, this one actually from double A. We assign under double C. Then we total up. Next, flight promotion. Okay, half of the promotion comprised of direct promotion and is avoidable. So you calculate total. Half is avoidable. If you look at flight promotion, route double A 700, half is avoidable. So only 350 you have to pay. So how do you distribute 350? You share equally between remaining routes. So we just divide by 2. Okay, half put under B, another half put under double C. Number 4, depreciation can be avoided if flight route is dropped. So route double A, if you look at route double A, depreciation 1550, insurance 4002. Okay, so this one we can eliminate if we drop route double A. So this value is actually for double B and C only, just copy back. Number 5, total baggage loading and flight preparations. Okay, will decrease by 20%. So altogether is actually how much altogether? 1007 plus 1008 plus 1005. 5000 altogether is actually 5000. Okay, you minus 20%. Minus 20%. Okay, all 5000 just multiply by 80%. Then you will get 4000. How do you distribute? Question mentioned distribute to the remaining flight based on direct revenue. Direct tickets revenue. Okay, so your direct tickets revenue earlier, this is ticket revenue for B, this is ticket revenue for C. This is total. So this one become fractions to distribute baggage loading. Okay, you take the figure as fraction. Then you will get 1905 for B and 2095 for double C. Total must equals to 4000. Okay, next overnight cost for flight crew is avoidable. That means for double A avoidable, you can save cost. How many? 3/4. 3/4 is avoidable. That means another 1/4 unavoidable. Unavoidable means irrelevant cost that you have to pay. Whether you continue or stop, you still have to pay. It is unavoidable. Okay, how much? 300. Originally is 300. 1/4 is unavoidable, equivalent to 75. So how do you absorb? Question mentioned absorb by root double B. That's why we put under double B. Okay, finally, you calculate net profit, sales revenue, contribution just now minus all costs. So this is your profit. This is total. Finish requirement A. Okay, finish requirement A. Requirement B, advice whether they should drop or continue. So when you compare, before that, don't forget your compensation. Compensation you can write at the beginning or just write at the top, but put under last column only because question silence and we cannot just simply put under A or B. Okay, we can put record your compensation earlier, but record under company as a whole. Or you can record after you get your net profit for route B and route C. You have to pay. Finally, net operating profit is 19,740. Okay, this is your final profit for the company as a whole. And then part B, you advise. Part B, you advise. So when you compare, okay, when you compare earlier, based on if you operate 3 routes just now, we calculate net profit equivalent to 19,000, whereby route double A suffer losses, the other 2 routes profitable. So we set off with a loss from route double A. Jadi for the company as whole, net profit is 19,000. Then we compare untuk for requirement B. Therefore, they should discontinue operations of double A because net profit is higher. Okay, or maybe you can write like this one. Asia Jaya Airlines should discontinue flight route double A as the profit will increase by 740,000, which is 19,740,000 minus 19 million. So this is your decision. Okay, this is your reason. Then you will get additional marks. Okay, so for next class, we will continue with exercise 5 and exercise 6. Exercise 5 regarding limiting factor. Okay, and exercise 6 regarding further processing. Okay, please bring questions. Okay, please bring questions. Integrity Berhad and Mawar Wangi. Please bring to class. Okay, Integrity Berhad, 1 questions, and Mawar Wangi, another question. I will use these 2 questions as illustrations. Okay, we continue on Thursday. We continue with these 2 issues. Then only you can do your tutorial questions. All right, that's all for today. Do you have anything